Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, forgot my gloves. Ho, ho, ho. Hee, hee. Right, the they're very small gloves. It's okay, it's me. Don't worry. It's not an intruder in the house. Not yet. Right. Hello. Merry Christmas, everyone. Woohoo! So, I said in a post, I asked, I had any questions for us. So, I've got those here. We'll go through those in a bit. I want to say a big shout out to my mate Graham. Thank you for these. I think I'm going to be needing them. Yeah, some deep hole construction pencil kit. And a nice angle square there, a rafter square. Gonna be very useful, especially with what I've got coming up this year, in the next year. Yeah, so 2025, eh? Woo, nearly done, nearly gone. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun at times. Been a lot of pain and stress as well, but yeah, it's a year that I probably won't forget. I won't miss it probably. A lot of it's been pretty tough, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but 2026, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a hard year in terms of like the workload. It's going to be really massive. Start with like in all facets of my life, but I am raring to go now. I'm feeling a lot better, recovered from that weird flu thing. Knocked me for 6. So yeah. So looking forward to 2026. It's going to be great. Yeah, so I guess kind of go through, what have I done recently? Well, yeah, took the boys to with the mum as well. Like we went and took the boys to the Strokestown tractor run. They do it every year at Christmas, like a charity run of tractors, and the kids get to take their vehicles, whether it be bikes or pedal like go-karts or pedal tractors, those toy tractors, or even electric vehicles. And the kids got some electric vehicles last Christmas, and Max has a pretty cool little 4x4, and I'll share some pictures or video or whatever of it. And yeah, like they had an absolute blast this year round, like they did the year before with their pedal vehicles, but this time was much better. And they shared Max's little 4x4 thing, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, and it was good fun. It was just nice, a really nice event. Like, it's a really nice event. It's a great time. So that's been really nice. Been working, but for work. But yeah, it's all been pretty good. So like tomorrow's my last day, and then I've got a week and a bit off, and I'm back to work on the 5th. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And yeah, I guess yeah, I was going to talk about 2026. It's going to start with a bit of a going to get this next video, and then I think we'll start 2026 with a bit of a blast. There's going to be some, I have got some deals going with sponsorship and stuff, so there will be some videos where they're sponsored and things. So I hope that doesn't put people off too much, and I'll try and keep it as sort of in-fitting, and it is, I'm being careful to make sure that it's stuff that's fitting in with what I'm doing. But it's been really cool to actually get that, and I mean, through the support of everybody, really, it's what made this whole thing possible, right? So thank you everyone, and I hope it that you enjoy the stuff that's coming out. But there's some really good videos coming up, I think, or at least I like to think so. You guys would decide that, obviously, but yeah, it's good. It's gonna be really cool, and I'm getting more and more into it, and I'm kind of enjoying the process of making the videos and stuff. It is good fun. Like, I guess I've been missing something of that in my life a lot recently. Something that's just fun for me, but it's also, I'm doing this stuff on the house anyway, so why not, right? Yeah. So anyway, I guess that's kind of 2026. It's like it's going to be full on, but hopefully fun. That's the plan. Just make sure I keep having fun. And so I guess now we'll get to the questions. Now, I think a few people might have missed that I was asking that question, but it was lovely to get all the response as always from everyone. And I think first one is we'll go through. I guess I'll just start, right. Carol, thank you, Carol. Carol is always commenting, like with some really lovely comments and stuff, and yeah, really, really, really lovely person there. And they said, "Where else have you lived?" Because they said that I've been living in different places. And that's a good question. So I was obviously originally from England, from the southeast. So went to university in Southampton. So I lived in Southampton for a while, but then kind of spent most of my time living in Sussex through my 20s, and then in my late 20s, I decided that I was going to go and travel the world. And my plan was to go all the way around the world, and I never quite made it all the way around. But yeah, I started off in Australia. So I flew over to Australia. A friend of mine still lives there in Western Australia, in Perth. And I lived out there for, I guess, nearly the best part of the first year, and then nearly 9 months or so, 8 or 9 months. And then I went and worked out in South Australia. So Perth was cool. I lived in Armidale to start with, which is a suburb way out where my friend lived. And then I moved to somewhere just north of Northbridge, outside of Northbridge. I'm trying to remember the name of the place now. Yeah, anyway, I lived out there. And you could frequently see me in bars on various nights throughout the week at that stage of my life, having fun. Made a lot of friends out there, and that was really cool. Moved to South Australia, worked on a farm, met with some really cool people. I'm still in touch with some of them now, like from various parts of the world: Germany, Holland, France, other places too. And then I made my way down to Melbourne after working on a farm to get this is on the working holiday visa, and I got down to Melbourne in Victoria, in the southern part of Australia, and that was a really cool place. Like that's such a cool city, and that's where Gina and I, my ex, like that's where we met, and yeah, that's where we first went on our first dates and stuff, and yeah, but lived there for 6 months or so. Then we travelled around for a bit along the east coast of Australia. Car broke down, camper van relocation to get us and all our stuff back down to Melbourne. Yeah, and then we had a decision point at that time to decide whether we were going to move back to go our separate ways, whether we we're going to move to England or Ireland. It was a kind of crunch point for us. This was back in like 2000 and, what year was that? 2012, I think it was, yeah. And 2011, 2012, yeah. And a friend of mine lived in Thailand, in an island called Koh Samui in the Gulf of Thailand. And he said, come out and stay here for a bit and see if you can, figure something out. So I went out there, both of us. And yeah, we ended up living there for 2.5 years. Worked as an IT guy, I was the IT department for an international school, and yeah, that was probably one of the most awesome sort of stages of my life, actually. Like, it was just, such a cool place. Got to travel around a bit around Thailand and, my holidays and stuff, and yeah, just a really cool place. Like, yeah, Koh Samui, I think a lot of people might say it's quite touristy and, like developed or whatever, but still, you got to know like the local places to go, like the sort of out quieter places to go. It was a really cool place, and out of all the places I've been to in the world, I think a part of my heart is still there. But as always, life means that you sort of sometimes you have to sort of think, right, okay, I need to grow up here. Do I need to carry on? What do I want to do? And so we decided to move back to England. Gina's from Ireland, obviously, originally. So we moved to England, to Southeast. We rented for a while, and we got our own place. And that was the place that we bought, that I fixed up with, Gina and I both fixed up together, like renovated a 1930s semi-detached house. And so, yeah, we lived down in the south coast in a town called Eastbourne, just on the outskirts. of it. And yeah, it was a lovely place. We lived there for a good few years, and then we moved to here. So I guess that's kind of the places where I've lived. And what do I think of Ireland so far? Well, it's kind of like a take two of Ireland for me. I lived in Ireland for a few years, then obviously things happened, moved to England for a bit, for another year, just for a year or so. Didn't enjoy myself, came back to Ireland. Yeah, it's a lovely place. It's like the people, honestly, like people are just, yeah, out in the country. I mean, I think if you move to Dublin, it's a different story. I think any big city in the world's the same. That, you know, people get, I guess, you just have less time for each other in the city. Like, you know, it's hustle and bustle and busy, and everyone's got things they're focusing on. So you lose that sort of connection. When you come out to the country, I think that's one thing you notice out in Ireland is the kindness of people, the willingness to talk. Um, yeah, just lovely people, really, really lovely people. You know, generally, you know, it's just, yeah, so it's a lovely place, and the people make it, is what I'd say. That's what I'll say about Ireland. The people make it a great place. The country itself is beautiful as well. A lot of it feels sort of unspoiled, I guess, but I mean, you know, there's a lot of agriculture, so like you can't really say unspoiled, but like it's yeah, like some parts of it are rugged, and at the same time, like, you know, it's nice, and yeah, it's just a lovely place. There's lots of places I haven't seen of Ireland yet. It's another thing with like where you live somewhere and you don't get to see everywhere. So I need to do that. That's something that's on my bucket list, is to go and travel around Ireland and do all the touristy stuff that everybody talks about, like, you know, the West Coast and all of that. Go up to Donegal. No, I've not been up to Donegal. I think I've been near the border a few times, but I've never actually gone into Donegal, and so I'd love to go up there. Um, yeah, and yeah, so thanks, Carol, for that question. That was great. Jennie M, 1976. Thank you. What was the best Christmas gift you ever received? Huh. This one threw me a little bit. I was a bit like, wow, that's that's a question, right? So I have to say, and this is going to sound really materialistic, but like when I was 16, me and my brother, between us, we got a Sony PlayStation. So we're talking like 1995. Yeah, I know that's showing my age. Christmas 1995. I had a job working at a local pub restaurant as a waiter. It was my first proper job, like with national insurance number and everything. And I had to work Christmas Day, and I remember we had this gift shared between us because, you know, pretty expensive thing, right? I mean, they even are nowadays. They were back then, and they still are expensive things. The Sony PlayStations when they come out, and I remember playing a few games of it before having to go and work a shift of like the Christmas dinner shift at the restaurant. So that was back when, I don't even know if they do it nowadays, but pubs and restaurants would open for Christmas Day and do Christmas meals. So yeah, I had to go and work for like 4 or 5 hours. And I remember the whole time I was working, I was just thinking, damn it, my brother's playing Tekken and I'm not. And I want to play Ridge Racer. Yeah, honestly, that was the best gift. I mean, the fact that I remember that day so vividly, I think that proves that was probably the best gift, yeah. Are you going to turn, this is another question from Jenny, are you going to turn the hay barn into a garage of sorts? Or do you have other plans? And yeah, I actually, that is exactly my plan. Not well, yeah, and more. So what I want to do is, I'll go into this in more detail in the future, but basically, yeah, I want to turn that, I want to side it all off. I want to have, I've got big plans for it. I've got, you'll probably notice this about me, is my ambition. I've got lots of, I have high ambitions. I've got Rolls Royce tastes and Mondeo money, right? Yeah, so I'd love to basically, yeah, have a workshop area where I can work on vehicles, and you know, like whether it be a big vehicle like a van, tractor, or whatever, or cars. Two-place lift would be lovely. Um, and then I'd like to have like a workshop area, and then perhaps have a mezzanine area with a sort of a play area above it. So place like maybe, I don't know, pool table, video games, arcade machines or something like that, you know, like that kind of thing. I have something at a space above it, and then below it will be like the workshop area where I can do work on things. because I have go-karts and things like that. I have a go-kart and I'd like to get that fixed up. I need to fix that, get that running again, and maybe take that out for a run, for a blast at a local racetrack. I need to lose a bit of weight as well. But like, yeah, all things in time, right? And then what I'd like to do at the end, where like the entrance is out to the side field, is I'd actually like to turn that area of the barn area, this is, into like a box, stud out some of that and turn it into a studio area, and like have it for music or video, and a sort of a creative space, really. Yeah, no, so nothing small. Yeah, it's just figured that's a lot of work, isn't it? But yeah, that's what I want to do with it, and then have like a driveway a bit out the front so you can drive up to like the part where the vehicles can go in there. Yeah, so thanks Jenny for those questions. That was lovely. And Anne R. Right. What order are you planning for the renovation works over the next few months? Right, that's a really good question. Now, I do have timelines in my head, as most things are in my head when it comes to sort of planning and that. I do write them down generally, but normally it's like each stage as I get to it, I kind of start writing things down. So really the thing that's coming next is going to be the roof repair. That's number one. Like, so basically roof, not repair, I should say, complete replacement. It's been a bit that actually has added to some of the negativity that you might have noticed from me in the last video. I was talking to Digger James earlier, and he said, yeah, you could see that my heart was broken, right? It broke my heart, as they say over here, and it did. Yeah, it did. It gave me a bit of a kick, and yeah. So getting that is number one. Then it's going to be, once that's in. So yeah, we're going to have to remove the old electrics, getting removed first before we can really take it all down. We've got to do that, make safe like what's there. Maybe a bit of temporary, and then once the roof's back on, temporary electrics back in with a new consumer unit. So another friend of mine is going to be doing that for us. Then the stud work, so I'll be doing the stud work. James is going to sort of take me through some of the things I need to do on that, 'cause it's quite a big project, that. Studding, ceiling joists, all of that is getting done. And then once the electrics, then we can do like the full fit out of the electrics and things. And then I guess it'll be bathroom will be number one, like thing of getting that sorted out first. So fitting out the bathroom, plumbing, getting a plumber in. These are all guys that are sort of, it's a lot of these things. The bath is actually not ordered yet, but all the plumbing, electrics and everything, the people primed, ready, they're kind of stacked up waiting for me to get ready, and unfortunately been set back by the roof. So there's lots of that. So then the plumbing, once the electric's done, plumbing is going to come in. So that'll be central heating and all of that. And then, yeah, and then it's going to be a case of at some point during those stages, I'm going to have to be raising funds. So I'm going to have to be going to the bank for a loan to basically get me over the line, because the roof is going to set me back significantly. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to just whack it all, pay for it all and get it done straight away. I'm going to have to borrow some more money. So, which, yeah, is kind of, yeah, comes to the territory, right? So that's what's happening. There's timelines I really can't say, but I'm hoping still to try and actually get myself being able to actually live inside the house in March. But that's probably a bit of a tall order, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks, Anne. So yeah, so that was all the questions. And I guess now all I want to say is thank you to everyone for all the support, all lovely comments and everything. And yeah, and just I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a really good and happy New Year and good 2026. Yeah, I think everyone deserves that. So I guess now what I might try and do is show you a few little sort of snippets of what's to come this year in the upcoming videos, and just wish you all the best. Cheers. It's man versus house. guys. We cleaned up as we went along.